lot of y'all are yelling at your clients through the screen. They cannot afford your braids, and that's okay. You're using social media to scroll when you really should be using social media to market your business and make some money. Some of the best braiders have less than like 3,000 followers. So you have the skill, but you find yourself struggling to gain and maintain clientele and a consistent flow of income. If you're a broke braider, this video is for you. I'm Alicia, the CEO of the Braid Palace, a mobile braiding service company. And today I'm gonna tell you what's keeping you broke as a braider. So this is my first video on this channel. My main channel is Alicia Balaam. That's me. I usually don't post long form content videos about braiding. I usually do short form, but now I'm kind of like, I guess I can create a different page where I just educate and teach people how to do what I do, become a mobile braider, or, or become more skilled at becoming a braider and make more money and scale their business. So these are the reasons why you might be a broke braider. The main reason why you may be a broke braider is because you are undercharging. And I know it sounds so simple, but it's like a lot of people are scared to charge their worth. I don't believe as a braider that you should be charging anything less than $200, especially if you're mobile. You shouldn't be leaving your house for less than $200. And I always teach my mentees that make sure you are pricing on your skill level. Now, if you're a beginner, it's going to take some time to build up that clientele. But if you've been doing this for a while and you're still finding yourself broke, you need to raise them prices. A lot of braiders set their prices on what they think people can afford, but y'all already know. Y'all go on Instagram, you go on Twitter or TikTok, you see people complaining about braider prices all the time. You need to stop pricing based on what you think people can afford, because these people are not your clientele. They cannot afford your braids, and that's okay. This can lead to overworking and burnout with little profit. And that's not what we're trying to do. You need to make sure every head that you do feels worth it, and you actually feel fulfillment after doing it rather than tired and regret and feeling like you should have charged more. So your price should be based on two things, and that's value and expertise, not emotions and comparison. So the next thing is you're a broke braider because your booking link sucks. I'm sorry, I had to say it. But a lot of people aren't putting the effort that should be put into the booking link, because this is the introduction to you. This is your introduction to the client. So, for example, when I go to my clients' houses, they're always like, oh my God, the booking link was so easy to use. And that's what you want people to think when they go on your booking link. Everything has to make sense. You need to have a section clearly, you need to have sections clearly laid out for each thing, each category, anything that you think somebody would even think of having a question about, what to expect, pricing, travel if you travel, office hours or working hours, all of the things that people would most likely have, a pricing, availability, all of the things, pictures. Your website, your booking link needs to be clear, and it needs to be direct. If you charge a 20% deposit, that needs to be stated. If your deposits are non-refundable, that needs to be stated. You need to make the client feel comfortable. This is what a lot of y'all don't do. And I'm going to just give it to you real raw. I've been doing this since 2017. A lot of y'all are yelling at your clients through the screen. Why? Why do y'all do that? I really need to know. Leave a comment down below. I'm going to tell y'all what I think it is, though. I think a lot of braiders are operating out of a place of a hurt space. So before the client gets them, they're trying to get the client. No appointment, no deposit, no appointment. Why are you putting that on your booking link? Just put a 50% deposit is due up front and it's non-refundable or a retainer. There's no reason to use the words like no and not and I do not and don't. Those are aggressive words. Those come across as very aggressive and intimidating, and it's not going to make anyone want to book with you. Why would they trust you when you cannot properly communicate? So I know for me, if I was trying to book with somebody and I saw them say, don't book with me if you got less than 4 inches of hair. Or I saw this on somebody's thing, somebody's booking link. Don't book with me if you have thin edges. Are you serious? Don't book with me if you have thin edges. I mean, it's okay to not want to work with thin edges. Whatever you don't like to work with, that's how it is. But to say that on the booking link is actually a turnoff. Like, it's a turnoff. Be professional about it. Say, I do not work with clients who experience thinning or alopecia due to lack of knowledge or whatever, however you want to say it. But you don't say, don't book with me if look. So if you're watching this and you think one of the issues could be your booking link, please go back, revise, and look at somebody else who you look up to who actually has um motion in the braid industry. And I don't mean just anybody. I mean somebody that shows clear professional. Go on my Instagram page and click on my booking link, or go to thebraidpilots.com and then click on book an appointment, and you'll see my booking link there, and you'll see how everything is laid out and clear. And I'm not yelling at them. I'm not aggressive. I'm not scaring them away. I'm actually making them feel very comfortable just from the booking link. You want people to feel like, oh, I can invite her into my home, or oh, I would love to sit in her chair. The next thing is you are inconsistent at marketing. Why do you have an Instagram if you don't post on it? Why do you have a TikTok if you don't post on it? You're using social media to scroll when you really should be using social media to market your business and make some money. Come on now, get with the times. It's 2025. If you don't have a business, what business do you have on social media? I'll wait. Please let me know. You don't have any business on social media because what are you doing? You're wasting your time, you're scrolling, and you're not making any money. So if you don't have social media for the purpose of educating yourself, yeah, reevaluate that. You're spending too much time scrolling and not enough time posting. Everything is content. You could do one braid and make it content. You could do a before and after, and it can be content. A lot of people overthink their content or feel like, oh, this isn't going to do anything. But I need y'all to realize that every step brings you closer to your goal. Every step brings you closer to your goal of becoming a successful braider, a six-figure braider. Whatever your goal is, you will not reach that goal if you don't make any posts on social media. Social media is the number one way of marketing now. Of course, you have word of mouth, you have flyers, but are you really doing that? Like, are you really going to do that? If you're not, don't even trick yourself into thinking like, oh, social media is not real. What am I going to do with social media? You need to build a platform. Even if it's a small platform, build enough of a platform to where people can rely on you and trust you. And even if you get 5 likes, you might get 5 clients. Some of the best braiders have less than like 3,000 followers. But please tell me this, how are the clients supposed to find you when everyone's on social media, everyone's on their phone? How are they supposed to find you when you don't even post and you don't even record content or whatever, and you're not using hashtags, you're not posting consistently, you post once a week, once every 3 weeks, and you expect to have clients rolling in? That is not how that works. You need to be taking advantage of social media like it will not be here tomorrow, because social media is not always going to be here. I feel like, honestly, it's a privilege. So we need to take advantage of the money that we can make just from marketing, just from posting a video on Instagram. Take advantage of that. It might not be here forever. There are so many businesses that blew up, including mine, just solely from social media. But I know for a fact, if Instagram was taken away today, people would be able to Google me. And the more you post, the more you are building up your digital footprint, your business's digital footprint. So for me, I didn't put myself on Google, but I'm on Google, and I'm the number one search for Atlanta mobile braider. It's going to be me at the top. And that was because I continued to post hashtag Atlanta mobile braider. Every time I post a video, I'm talking about Atlanta mobile braider. I have a website that says Atlanta mobile braider. Force yourself into the algorithm. So the next problem that you might be having is you have a fear of reinvestment. So that means you're not paying for mentorship. You're not paying for booking systems. You are scared to lose money. You are scared to lose money on software, training, equipment, getting into events, all of those things. You are not putting forth effort to be around people who do the same thing that you do. You're not investing in good lighting. Scared money don't make no money. I never heard that. Scared money do not, I can't even talk. Scared money do not make money. You can't expect to make money and you're not willing to invest. For example, you see all these luxury content creators. A lot of those things are lifestyle investments. The things that they have are lifestyle investments, the car, the apartment. But guess what? They're getting money back from it because they're getting views, because people are intrigued. When people go buy Lamborghinis, you think they just buying it just because I want to go ride around in a No, it's a lifestyle investment. It helps with their image. It helps with their credibility. It helps with whatever they're telling you that they are. If you see them in a Lamborghini, you're going to believe that they are what they say they are. So these people out here buying Lamborghinis and you scared to pay $25 for a course. You're burnt out because you're doing everything by yourself. You're not investing. If you invest in quality like automation, not quality. If you invest in automation, you'll save so much time and just mental strain. You'll be able to relax, automatically get a booking, automatically send them the confirmation email, automatically send them the reminder. A lot of times we want to keep our money, but it's not helping us in the long run. We actually need to give that money out in order to get something back. The next reason is you are operating in survival mode. Your life is chaotic. You don't plan anything out. You wake up, oh, I got a booking today. You rush. You don't take your time because you didn't even know you had a client. You rush. There is no organization. And then what? Imagine you show up an hour late because you didn't even pay attention to your booking. Now this client wants a refund. You have to treat braiding as if this is your job, even if it's a side hustle. This has to be treated as if it's your baby. It's your delicate business that is going to bring you millions of dollars one day. That's how you need to treat it. So for me, what I do is I make sure every Monday I check, because I don't work on Mondays, but every Monday I check my bookings for the week. I go to the store, get all the hair for the week. I text all of my clients for the week saying, hey, let me know if you have any questions. Just letting you know I got your appointment, right? Do all of that. So, and then also, okay, hold on. Let me finish my thought and then I'm going to go to that one. So keep everything organized. Make sure you're texting everybody, letting everybody know you're on the way. And then the day of, you need to give yourself at least an hour to get to that client's house. So even if that client is 20 minutes away, you need to give yourself an hour to get to that client. If their appointment is at 9 a.m., you need to be leaving your house at 8 a.m. So let me just give y'all a little bit of insight on how my mornings go. So I have my clients set for the same time every day. That also helps with organization because I don't need anybody to be like, I had an appointment at 9 o'clock and I'm thinking it's a 10 o'clock day. We're not doing that. 9 a.m. every day. So I'll wake up at 7. If the client is an hour away, I'll leave by 8. No, if the client's an hour away, I'll leave by 7:45. If the client is like 45 minutes away, I'll leave by 8. If the client's 30 minutes away, I'll leave by 8. If the client's 20 minutes away, I'll leave by maybe 8:15. But the point is, we want to show up early. We don't want to operate in chaos because last thing I need is somebody to be like, oh, these braiders charging all this money when we show up late, but they show up late. I don't show up late. And if I do show up late, I communicate, but that's rare. So you need to be taking your business seriously. A lot of braiders act like they don't like the job that they chose or the side hustle that they chose. Keep in mind, nobody is forcing you to be a braider. So don't treat your clients like you were forced to be here when you weren't. Another reason you're broke is because you have no client retention skills. Like that goes back to the automation thing. You're not sending any text messages, any emails, any reminders saying, hey, thank you for booking with me, or any just follow-ups. Hey, thank you for booking with me. Here's a discount code for your next you have to do something to get them to come back. If your work is good, that's going to bring them back, of course. But also, we want to send out discount codes at least once a month. And when you send out your discount codes, you want to make sure they have a short period of time to book it because you want to create that kind of scarcity. Oh, she only had 5 appointments. You want people to jump up and book you. You have to build a bond with your clients. You have to build a bond with your clientele. Learn about them. Learn their birthday. Learn their children's names. Learn their mom's name. Ask about their mom when you come. Hey, how's your mom? How's she been doing? I know she's been going through so-and-so. Or, hey, what kind of renovations are y'all doing? Are y'all okay? Or I had a client who was affected by the hurricane. So I checked up on her hey, I'm just checking up on you. I know been going through a lot with the hurricanes, and just showing them that you care kind of shows them that you are a human and you actually do care about them outside of the money that they're giving you out of their pocket. And that helps them to want to give you more money. They want to give you tips when when you can be relatable and when you can communicate properly. That's how you get tips. Showing up to a client, or the client coming to sit in your shit and client come and sit in your chair and you just like, hey, and you just dry. Why would that person want to come back to you? You make them feel uncomfortable. Why would they want to give you a tip? You didn't give them a good experience. Like, all of those things matter. I would say with almost every client, I get a tip. My goal isn't to get a tip. I'm just being me. I have no cut cards. I keep it professional, but I'm very opinionated. And I guess my clients like that. They love the conversations that we have. And being my authentic self has gotten me here, whether it was from content or my clients booking me. They love my personality. I'm telling you, like, if I was to ask my clients, like, what's the best thing about, like, yeah, my work good, but my personality, I make them feel comfortable in their home. I know a lot of y'all forgot that tipping was even a thing, because y'all ain't got a tip in I don't know how long. And it's because you stank. Not like, you might actually stink. I don't know. Like smell, but your attitude stank. That's why you don't get any tips. You hate it here and it shows. Like, nobody forced you to be a braider. Let's just get that out the way. The very last thing, and the thing that I stress, is not knowing your clientele, not knowing the type of client that you want to attract. So you're just attracting everyone, and you're not attracting the type of client that would come back again. So I set my deposits at 50%. I know if somebody pays me 50% up front, their hair is going to be washed and blow dried properly. When I pull up, their house is going to be clean. I'm going to feel comfortable, and I'm not going to have to stress in their environment. I also know that I'd say 8 times out of 10, they can afford the hairstyle if you're paying 50% up front and you're serious, and you're most likely someone who enjoys getting braids frequently. Having your prices too low attracts a certain type of clientele. Let me just tell y'all a little bit of something. So when I was charging $100, $200 to go to people's houses and do their hair, I was met with all types of things. And I also have strict policies. Now I do, but back then I didn't. I was met with all types of things. I pulled up, was doing somebody hair. I mean, they just started having a whole smoke session. And who am I to tell them not to smoke when that wasn't even in my policy and I'm in their house? Like, that's how I was feeling at the time. But now it's in my policy. If you smoke, I'm leaving. If you think you about to smoke and you insisting on smoking, I'm leaving, because I don't smoke. You wanted me to come to you and give you this luxury experience. I need to be accommodated as well. The conditions have to be, first of all, off topic. You would be surprised how many people can't even sit and get their hair done without smoking. Like, when I made that announcement, I was like, oh, I'm a smoke. Oh, I can't go that long. Y'all are addicts. There's a bigger problem here. Let's talk about that. Let's not talk about that. That's off topic. But I've attracted a higher quality of clientele with my prices, my policy, and basically how my business is set up. So I don't have to worry about getting ran off on. I don't have to worry about uncomfortable conditions. I don't have to worry about not getting tips. Like I said, I don't require tips, but they're definitely appreciated. I don't have to worry about anybody's card declining. I don't have to worry about any of that. And I do one client a day. I do not have to overwork, because my prices are set up to where I don't have to overwork. I don't have to be burnt out to make a certain amount of money. So you need to know your type of ideal. Some people might want their prices to be reasonable. Like, if you work at a shop, you might want your prices not reasonable, but more affordable, because all prices are reasonable based on skill set. But you might want to have more affordable prices where you paying A client is paying $150 for jumbos or $100 for jumbos. And if that's your type of clientele, then that is. But just know that when you charge $100, you have to do more to make a certain amount of money. And the goal is not to be super duper booked. The goal is to be booked and balanced, still have that work-life balance, still be able to take off for a week if you feel like your back hurt, or take off for a month if you want to go live in a different country for a month, or like those types of things need to be put into consideration. What I want y'all to do is define your dream client. Just imagine you walk into the salon or you walk into this client's house. What does the client's house look like? What does it smell like? Who's in there? What are there big windows? Are there no windows? Is the house wooden? Is it brick? Like, or if you're in the salon, who do you want to come in and sit in your chair? And then think about what price that person would pay for your specific style of braid, your quality, and your skill set. Create content that speaks directly to that person. Put your phone down. You scrolling too much. Bye.